Hey guys, here I am again for another MCU review. We are knees deep in Phase 3 and we are very nearly there. This is Man and The Wasp, and then after this we will have Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, then Infinity War, and then I'll see Endgame and I'll do a review for that once I'm finished crying. But no, so we're getting along in Phase 3. If I sound tired, it's because I am. I'm doing this and then I am probably going the fuck to sleep. So that's why I will kind of sound kind of sleepy for this review, and definitely the Doctor Strange one as well, because I'm going to record that one right after this, you know. I'm not gonna even hide how fucking crafty some of these videos are gonna be, guys. But anyway, Man and the Wasp. This one, I think I rewatched this the other night, obviously, but I don't think I had seen it for a second time after I saw it in the cinema the first time, and again I had recently watched the first one as well, and I quite enjoyed the first one. But I remembered how much I also enjoyed this one, and I'm gonna say, I think this one, I prefer this one, to be honest. You know, there are definitely issues with it, but I do love the core concept of it, that, it's this family drama sort of wrapped in this really fun sort of cat and mouse game. Again, this is an Ant-Man film, so this came after Infinity War in terms of release dates. So this was a palate cleanser, and the world wasn't at stake. Literally, it was, we're chasing after a lab here. So I did like that. The performances were all great. Like, Paul Rudd is awesome. Evangeline Lilly is awesome. Michael Douglas is awesome. Michelle Pfeiffer is also really good. The villain, Ghost. I feel like her main issue in terms of as a character is simply just she was the first Marvel villain after Thanos, so she was always going to look lesser in comparison. I feel it's kind of unfair, but it was gonna happen. I still think she was quite a good villain. Definitely a step up from Yellow Jacket in the first film, and a sort of morally grey villain, like a sympathetic villain, like definitely not the type of villain you'd have gotten in Phase 1 or Phase 2, but I feel like she's good. I don't think she's up to scratch with some of the other Phase 3 villains. Like, she definitely is no Thanos, she's no Killmonger. I don't even think she's a vulture, so maybe sort of along the lines of Ego, I'd say she's up there with Ego in terms of good, but there are better Phase 3 villains. The action's always good in Ant-Man movies, this one as well. I feel like there was a great balance of the action and the comedy, and the humour in the comedy helping the action as well. Like, all the stuff with the Hot Wheels I thought was so cool, and I do like the dynamic between Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's nice to have a duo team in the MCU. I just think it was quite nice, and just the whole family dynamic in this film is really, really nice. This is just a fun, enjoyable movie. It's not the best MCU film, but it's one of, I think, the most easy to rewatch. I'd say even a tiny bit better rewatch value than the first Ant-Man, just because I think sometimes origin stories have a bit of an issue in terms of rewatchability, just because a certain amount of the film will be dedicated to that character's origin stories, and that's all well and good, and it's always nice to see an origin story. Sometimes I just don't think it has the same effect the third or fourth time you watch. But here, like, the characters are already established, so you know these characters if you've been following the series. So there is no setup, so it's just like you get to enjoy these characters fully formed. So I just think that's kind of why sometimes superhero sequels, while a lot of the times they are lesser than the first one, I think they have an upper hand on the first one because the characters are already set up. So like if you like those characters, you're not going to have to wait until a certain point for those characters to become the character that you know. I don't know, that's just a weird rant. But anyway, yeah, no, I quite enjoy this one, Man and The Wasp. It's a fun, solid, very solid film. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. I'm gonna be very generous here. Alright, next up will be Doctor Strange. Until then, I will see you guys later.